Some people seem to live in flow. Opportunities appear, money arrives, their needs somehow are always met. It doesn't look forced, it doesn't even look earned in the traditional sense. It looks aligned. And maybe you've whispered to yourself, they're just lucky. But what if it's not luck at all? What if overflow, that state of being supported, resourced, and held, isn't something you chase, but something you tune into? Overflow begins with one quiet shift. Not asking, how do I get more? But asking, how do I become someone who always feels like enough? Because when you live from lack, every action carries urgency. You grip, you chase, you try to earn what you already are. But when you live from fullness, from the belief that life meets you where you are, your field relaxes. You don't force the flow. You become the flow. If deep down you still feel you're not enough, that you must prove yourself, that you must hustle for worth, then every move, every launch, every intention will carry the residue of desperation. Even if the words are right, the feeling underneath will repel. You can align all the intentions, create all the vision boards, repeat all the affirmations. But if your nervous system doesn't feel safe with expansion, it will quietly reject the very abundance you're calling in. Because at the core of overflow is one question: can I stay open when more arrives? If past experiences taught your body that more equals pressure, loss, betrayal, or collapse, then your subconscious will equate receiving with danger, and you will unconsciously push it away, even as you try to pull it in. Overflow requires regulation, not just thinking new thoughts, but training your body to stay relaxed, steady, and anchored in the presence of more. Overflow is not just about receiving, it's about what you do with what arrives. When more comes in, do you cling, hoard, fear it will vanish, or do you circulate, give, expand? True abundance flows through you. It touches others, it feeds vision, it heals what once felt limited, and the more you move from trust, not fear, the more life gives you to move with. You're not a container, you're a current. You don't hold overflow, you circulate it. We've been taught to grip, to keep, to hoard, to make sure it lasts, but overflow is not something you possess. It's something you move with. Abundance is not a lake, it's a river. The more freely it flows through you, through generosity, through trust, through aligned movement, the more naturally it returns. When you circulate wealth, whether emotional, financial, or spiritual, you become a vessel, not a vault, and life responds by flowing into whatever space you're willing to open. The more you trust the return, the more easily you release. And what you release always makes space for something higher. You don't express gratitude to trick the universe. You do it to tune your field. Gratitude isn't a performance, it's an energetic reality. When you're deeply present with what already is, even if it's small, your entire frequency rises. In that frequency, you stop looking ahead in lack. You stop living in what's missing, and you begin to realize how supported, how held, how blessed you already are. The more often you enter gratitude, the more magnetic your field becomes. Not because you're trying to manifest, but because you're finally resonating with abundance. You must release the script that says, not yet. There's a voice that says, not yet. I'm not ready. I need to heal more, learn more, prove more. That voice doesn't protect you. It delays your becoming. Overflow doesn't wait for you to be perfect. It meets you the moment you stop hiding your light behind humility or fear. You don't have to be fully healed to receive. You only have to be willing to let go of the old script, willing to show up as you are, willing to believe that abundance isn't a prize, it's a natural response to presence. This alignment happens when mind, body, and field say yes. It's not enough to think wealth. It's not enough to want it. To embody overflow, your mind, your emotions, your breath, and your nervous system all have to come into agreement. Most people try to manifest from the neck up, but your field responds to wholeness, to the full integration of thought, belief, regulation, and action. Overflow doesn't come when you think it hard enough. It comes when your entire system becomes coherent, when every part of you agrees, I'm safe with more, I'm aligned with more, I'm open to more. And in that coherence, the universe finally has a clear place to land. Who are you when you stop chasing? Who are you when nothing is missing? Overflow isn't about more, it's about the frequency of enough, carried so fully, so honestly, that even your silence calls things in. You don't attract from desperation, you attract from recognition, because when you become the one who lives in overflow, the outer world just catches up. Overflow becomes your default, not your destination. And you will know you're in overflow when giving doesn't drain you. It delights you, not performative giving, not obligation, but soul-led circulation, an intuitive yes to energy that wants to move. In overflow, generosity doesn't deplete you, it expands you, because you're no longer giving to get, you're giving because you already have. And that's the frequency that multiplies, not just what you give, but who you become by giving. Remember, you've always known this state. There have been moments, maybe short, maybe forgotten, where you felt the hum of enoughness, the breath of trust, the knowing that everything was held. Overflow isn't something you chase, it's something you remember. You're not becoming someone new. You're releasing everything that said you weren't allowed to be who you already are. And the moment you let yourself arrive, without apology, without permission, without delay, overflow begins to rise in you and ripple outward. Overflow isn't luck, it's the echo of your alignment. It's the energy that moves through your body when you stop bracing. It's the trust that grows when you stop apologizing for your joy. You don't chase it. You don't beg for it. You become the one who lives in it because you've stopped resisting what wants to bless you. Thank you for listening. Like this video if it helped you release what you were gripping. Subscribe if you're ready to walk in the energy of overflow, not as a fantasy, but as a new normal. And always remember, you don't chase the river. You become the one who flows with it.